Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. My name is Tom and thank you so much for joining me here today on the channel. I greatly appreciate you guys sticking around. Today, I must admit this is probably my third or fourth time attempting to record this video. This camera decided to bite the dust. My action cam that I had recording me basically going through what I'm going to show you here in a second. This video, needless to say, is going to be incredibly short. The other one was about 35 minutes or so long before the camera crapped out, but I'm just going to summarize for you guys what I was going through. In the last video, you guys may recall I took the black and yellow boxes that I had from my lighting rig, and I started disassembling the lighting rig, and I put some of the lights in there. But as I was doing that, at the end of that, as I was editing that video, I came up with the idea that I should really focus on getting a box like this. I will show you. A moving box like this. And this is one of my old ones that used to have like my old, in fact, it's still got my name on it. But I want to use that box and these hanging file folders, these hanging things that you put files in and some folders to go through and make sure that I absolutely have everything that I need with me. So this is trash. I meant to throw that away before I turned the camera on. But I got this giant trash bag over here because I went through 4 of those moving boxes, and I just showed you guys some stuff from like when my son was born, some pictures, and yada yada. It wasn't anything glorious or spectacular, but you know, like I also found a new employee orientation handbook, which leaves a lot to be desired, especially since the place never followed it. But here I got like the purchase information and the title to my car, to the Jetta, and all this other, stuff that's here. There's some paperwork here that, was for like medication that I needed to get on, which I never filled out because, they interviewed me, in the patient room. They just took the information right then and there. So I didn't even need any of that. Here, there's some other, paperwork and stuff like taxes that are due for a company that doesn't exist anymore. So my accountant took care of that and all that jazz. But see, this is all stuff that you need to keep in a place that you can get access to it. I don't think I need the tax stuff per se, but like, here's this is the shop that did the timing service on my Jetta before I bought it. And for somehow, like, I'm concerned that the timing belt kit with belt was only $112. So that might be one of those places that you need to do the timing belt right after. So I'm probably gonna, once I get to PA, I dropped a whole bunch of papers. Once I get to Pennsylvania, I'll make sure that the car gets, a timing replacement, because seeing that kind of scares me, to be honest. Here's some tax information. Here's some W-2 information for me. This is for what tax year? Oh, this is 2024. Yeah, okay. So I got that. I got some more W-2s here. Nothing crazy, just tax stuff. So I'm going to put those in a box somewhere over here that has paperwork in it. And then the rest of it I'm just going to dump, because there's no point. Oh, I got this giant contractor bag right here, in case you're wondering what that thump was. Ugh. weighs quite a bit. This is from my car. I'm going to put that right here. And I will have that with me for when I drive up. What happened to the title? Oh, here's the title. Keep the title on top so I can recognize it. And yeah, you want this kind of stuff with you. And here's the reason why. When we moved from California to here, to South Carolina, we had absolutely no access to our stuff after we got here. So movers came in the same day that, well, we left the next day because we stayed in a hotel that night, and then we hit the road the next morning. But movers came, took everything, and then what they did was they stashed it in a warehouse in California, in Los Angeles, and then we had to wait, I think, 90 days or something for them to actually deliver it to us. It was in the heart of COVID. They had a hard time finding drivers, workers, the whole shortage, everything was happening all at once. And, we had to just deal with it. The problem was I have a 4-drawer filing cabinet in the corner of the room that has every bit of paperwork. Well, it did until my ex and son moved out. All of our paperwork from the last 20 years or so is in that filing cabinet. And since then, we've took out all of Eddie's stuff. We took all of my ex-wife's stuff out, and she took that with them to Ohio. And I'm kind of thinking to myself, I need to have my paperwork accessible to me. And since I'm going to be trailing a U-Haul, it makes sense to just put all this stuff into a box and have that box with me in the car, in the trunk or whatever. And then I won't have to worry about, if there's any questions, or if, for example, I'm starting over in Pennsylvania, right? I have to get a driver's license. I have to retitle and re-register my car. They're going to require, proof of identity, passports, and all that stuff. And I need my passports, right? Now, this one's very old. In fact, I'll show you this one. Look at this guy. This passport was issued on April 20th of 1988. And before you're an adult, they only last 5 years. So I have a few of these. There's that one. There is, I think this one's the one from, oh no, this is the last one. More secure, more holograms. And then this one is probably, oh yeah, this one's the OG. That's me. Look at that. Woo. Oh God, that's great. Yeah, this passport was issued to me in the state of New Jersey in 1983. And it was good until 1988. And then the other one here was from 1988 to 1993. And then this one was, that's the 83 one. This one was 2001 to 2011. The one that's got all the holograms. It doesn't show up good on cameras. But yeah, these are my souvenirs. But I do have my legitimate passport in the filing cabinet, and I'm going to have to gather all that and actually use these little hanging folders to put them in this box. Now, what's great about this is this box, let me take the lid off. It is empty. But what's really great about this box is these are file movers. That's what they're called. And offices typically use them to empty out drawers and filing cabinets. So take a look at this. Perfect size for hanging folders. And you can literally have your life in a box and have your folders organized accordingly. And it works out pretty well. And who knows? They're a little big, but they're also thick boxes. And then I got these two folders here. Oh, I will show you this. I actually took the time on the other video before that camera decided to hose itself. My Apple certifications from way back when. These were like 2010, 11, no, 2011 and two from 2012. But what's funny is take a look at the Apple logo. Look how huge that is. And you can see that even Apple's training resulted in a cheaper certification. I shouldn't talk trash about Apple because Apple has really allowed me to, speaking of Apple, there's me hitting the keyboard with the folder. Apple has allowed me to do a lot of things that I wouldn't have been able to do with my business and professionally. You know, everything from writing code to doing, you know, apps, and I couldn't have done it on the Windows, in the Windows world. I wouldn't want to have done it in the Windows world. That's what I should have said. But yeah, so this box, like I said, it's kind of thick. Let me move you guys here. So this box has really thick borders, and you can see that, you know, it's really tough to move this. But, you know, you can always lift it up and move it. But I like the idea that I can hang the contents of, oh, the filing cabinet is right over here behind the door. That I can hang stuff in here and just have it with me and take it with me. I would go through the trash bag because I did that. I went through these three boxes here. Actually, this one, and this one here. And, you know, it wasn't anything glorious. And I sure as I don't know what, do not want to go through that again. But it's just stuff from, you know, 15, 20 years ago. But a lot of it got trashed, which I'm happy about. And yeah, oh, and I don't know, we can't talk about these things on YouTube, so we're just going to leave those silent. I forgot to move them. I didn't think I was going to shoot in that direction. I already moved them over there. But that was actually a Christmas gift from my ex-wife. It's a stand, and it supports 4 things. And there they are. But anyway, I got a lot of stuff to look through, and I bought this little toolbox here to put some, you know, little tools in there. Like, you know, I have a ton of these little screwdrivers, and here's another one. This one's actually specific for racks. This allows you to put those little cage nuts in to square post racks, which is kind of cool. And then, you know, I have some, you know, wrenches and stuff like that, drivers and bits and stuff. So I'm going to put that in here. It's a little miniature Harbor Freight toolbox, which I saw and I like it. And I was like, ooh, gotta have it. But yeah, you can see behind that, paperwork everywhere. But at the end of this weekend, this part needs to be boxed up. So one of the things I am going to do is, if I flip you around this side, inside this closet over here, you can see there's some more of those black and yellow boxes. It's really dark in there. And those boxes I'm going to basically take out, bring them out here, and empty them all out, or make a few that are empty just for this. And I'll actually label it like office, desk, whatever. And then I'll put them in a pile. I'm actually going to stand up and show you over this wall, because you can see I took the lighting rig down. The truss is still standing, but all the other stuff is inside the boxes that I just stood up against the wall over there, so they would be out of my way. And those are the boxes from the last video. But yeah, that's about it. I mean, it's a mess. This place is like, I'm looking at this and I'm like, geez, you know, and as I sit here and go through this stuff, it's getting worse and worse and worse. In fact, here's my dinner plate, and there's my dessert jar right there. So I had some yogurt with some meat that was in a tray, and I keep smelling it like somebody barbecuing in the house. Right there it is. So the house is a mess. My concern is literally to just go through stuff that I absolutely need and dump whatever I don't need. My neighbor came by today and he picked up the pantry cabinet, the tall white one that was in the kitchen video. So that's gone. I am emptying out the fridge that's out in the garage from that video. That is going to allow me to sell that fridge. He's gonna buy that fridge from me. That way I don't have to take it with me, and it's just one less piece of inventory that I need to pay for the move. And all this other stuff will just get boxed up and packaged, and that piece of artwork's going to have to go into a special mover, so that's going to actually stay on the wall until the movers take it down. But things like this on-air sign, this light fixture, I have two of those. There's another one right here. Those are actually Source 4 minis, fantastic lights. And then all of these, different framed things. The Emmy Awards are coming with me. I have two of them. There are the two of them that I won up there. There's one here and one here. This one is a 1/3 scale or 2/3 scale, and that's for my desk. So those two never leave my house. This one used to be in my office. I always have at least one in my office. It's a conversation piece, and it works very well. So, and yeah, my artwork of David Hasselhoff right here. I spent 4 hours with him a bunch of years ago. One of the coolest people I know. And then Lee Merriweather and her husband Marshall Borden. I did lighting for their show. Oh God, 25 years ago now. And different things from different shows. There's Lumiere with Be Our Guest on the actual sheet music. That that's in the original key. So that is from I think so. Let me look at it. I don't have my glasses on, but yeah. Oh yeah, that is the Alan Menken version. Yeah. And then my high school alma mater, and then a bunch of other things that I framed over the years. But yeah, so there's a lot of stuff to do, lots of little things, and I think a lot of it's just going to get shoved into a box. And oh, there's a box down here. Look at that, under my desk. But it's got like cables and stuff in it. Oh, you know what? This is from my college days. I got certified in cabling and fiber optics, so there was just a bunch of cabling and fiber there. We had to make a whole bunch of ends, and we had to basically, a light just went out. Oh, my little stand light right here that I had on. I guess the battery died. But when I was in college, I had to make a whole bunch of cables, and that's what that was all about. We had to prove that we could, make the ends and terminate them, and then test them to fully ensure that we could certify the cable for what they were designed for. In this case, it was just Ethernet networking, which was nice. Oh, is this what I think it is? Hold on. Tommy might have a surprise for you guys. Yes, it is. This is my first ever MacBook. And by MacBook, I mean PowerBook. G3 Wall Street Edition. This is great. I love it. Let me stand you guys up here and we'll look at that for a second. This baby is, I'm guessing, 1997. see if there's a date on it. This is a Macintosh PowerBook G3 series, 12.1-inch TFT display, 233 megahertz CPU, with a 2 gig hard drive, 2 meg video, CD drive, and modem. Let's see if there's a date on here. 1998. Rated for 24 volts at 1.87 amps. Designed Apple Computer Inc., Cupertino, assembled in Taiwan. This is great. And if I remember correctly, all the I/O is behind a flap. Look at all that. This is what we used to get from computers. And the modem's on the side here. These things come out. This is a battery. I'd love to know if this still works. I don't know, maybe not. But you could pull this out and put a floppy drive in there. You can also pull out the CD drive and put more batteries in there. I actually think I had. Let me put this down here before I drop it. But I think I actually had. Oh, look at this. That's the charger. Whee. Apple logo right on it. Very nice. Somewhere in here should be, yeah, there it is. Floppy drive. Floppy drive expansion bay module. I think it's fantastic. And then, of course, I have all the system disks, you know, because you need those. What's this? Oh, look at this. This is a CDRW drive. So that's the module for the CD drive. Wait, what's in the computer? It's not the CD drive. I thought that was the... This is... Oh, this is just a 20X CD-ROM module. Look at how shiny things were. I mean, it's amazing. The design of this stuff is phenomenal. I love this thing. And look, it's got a little piece right here that makes this into a standard port so that I can put this floppy drive in here. And you can go from floppy, pull this out, and put this wider optical drive into the same spot because of this little tab. Gosh, phenomenal. Let's open her up. Wouldn't it be funny if it just came to life? Look at that. It's crispy. It's one of my favorite computers. Favorite. It's beautiful. Oh, and there's also 2 PCMCIA ports. Takes a special IT geek to know what these are. Like a legacy geek. Keyboard. Beautiful. Power button. Yeah, if this thing powered up, I'd be concerned. Because it's old. It lives in its bag kind of full time. But I refuse to get rid of it. It was actually a gift. It was given to me, and I cannot ever part ways with it. So I have everything for it. It does turn on. If you put the adapter on, if you put the adapter in the wall, you can boot it up. I've used it recently, within the last 5 years or so. But look at that. Mac OS X. And here we have the PC compatibility cards, all the software from way back when, Apple color printing CD, Apple Internet connection kit. This is the Power Macintosh system software because I used to maintain a whole bunch of Power Macs. And here's Mac OS X. This is version 10.0. So this is the first version of what's now known as Mac OS. Amazing. And by the way, there's System 9. But Mac OS was actually created by Steve Jobs after he was ousted from Apple. Back when the board decided to terminate Steve Jobs, he went and started a company called Next. And Next was a software company, essentially. And what they did was they created what we now know as Mac OS. So, yeah. A little bit of history for you there. But biggest mistake Apple ever made was to terminate Steve Jobs. So, because if they wouldn't have brought him back, if John Scully and the board wouldn't have brought Steve Jobs back, I don't think Apple would be here today. I honestly think they would have gone bankrupt because they begged Steve to come back because of the fact that they were going bankrupt. And I don't remember the name of who the CEO was at the time. I just don't remember. A lot of things happened between then and now. But he just ran the company into the ground. They were on fumes. They were literally just getting ready to fold up and shut down. But yeah, Steve brought it back, saved everybody, and everything sort of survived. But yeah, it is what it is. All right. I think I've babbled on enough. Don't you guys think so? If you have any questions or comments or concerns, please go down into the comment section. Love to hear from you. I'll never understand why there's not much community engagement on my videos. There's a couple of comments here and there, but yeah, love to see more of you guys down there. Anyway, if you could hit like or subscribe. I am a very small creator. This channel is a few weeks old, and it's definitely rough getting going and keeping going. The momentum is definitely, something that I'm working towards, and this move has given me the chance to just turn a camera on and record, just as things go. I obviously have to look at my camera situation because this video took about 4 hours to record, even though this video is only a half hour long. So, but I'm gonna leave you guys with that. I'm gonna keep going with this. With the storm coming, I am sort of prepared food-wise, water-wise, that kind of stuff. If the power goes out, then things are going to get really cold in this house, and I'm going to have to figure out what to do with my dog. But I can always just put us in the car, and we can drive somewhere if we need to, find a hotel or whatever. But until that happens and the storm passes, I think I'm going to take a few days off from filming. I'm actually just going to continue to already do the things that I've showed you, like disassembly of that truss, organizing this room, and going through the boxes that are in there. I don't know how much of that stuff is interesting enough to show on camera. A lot of my clothes are in there. It's just a hot mess. I gotta basically get to a point where the movers can come in literally 11 days and take all this stuff out. And I want to have most of it already boxed up. So I need to get some boxes together and just start putting stuff in and getting it done. So with that said, I'll might do some shorts, maybe. I don't know. It just depends on how things go and if things get crazy around here with the storm that's about to hit us. Otherwise, I'll just turn the camera on and do another video like this, and I'll see you guys in a few days or so. But I really do want to thank you for joining me. I'm very happy to be able to make these videos and put them up online, and you know, it's a pleasure for me to do so. It's nice for me to to interact with you guys. You know, subscribers count's been going up steadily, and I like to see that. That's actually been kind of the thing that drives um, the creation of these videos. It's very nice to see that there's some engagement and feedback from the community. It's actually one of the best things in the world, especially right now, living alone and stuff like that. It's just that little bit more right there that helps me stay sane. So, again, thank you guys, and until next time, I'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.